You got- it'd be nice if.
Do you know how to stop it?
What?
When you're done? You're gonna hit that red button.
Stop it.
Yes.
I mean, for the instructions.
Yeah.
The one thing I'd like to get done is this ordinance, and get it to Michael this week.
Sure.
Can we do that?
I don't know what you said.
I'd like to get this ordinance to
Finished.
Michael this week,
Yes.
even if it's not perfect,
Mhm.
and then see what happens.
It would be great if we had feedback from our other committee
I
members.
know, nobody said they couldn't come except
James.
James this morning.
So Paul.
Nicole is also a problem. Paul apologized profusely last time. He said, I knew with the meeting, I just forgot. He said that, I said, no, it's my
Well, this
fault.
is a busy time of year for
I know.
him too.
That's another story. Either one of you, why don't you go through? Be the lead. I have this revisions, the draft of revisions. That's what, same one?
I hope.
I don't know. Well,
You know what I would, does it say July 16, 24 at the top?
no,
No. Oh, I might have put that in. Draft with revisions, July 16, 24. Can I ask that everyone date anything that they're going to distribute to other members of the committee with the
Okay.
date that's being presented? And can we also number the pages?
good idea. Okay,
All right?
Yep.
So does it start with section 1, Town of Bridgewater Tree Preservation Ordinance?
yes,
And there's nothing under it.
correct.
Section 2 is purpose and intent.
Right.
Yep.
And underneath it is this article establishes policies, regulations, et cetera, right?
And the change in this, it says the last sentence says provisions of this article are enacted to protect public trees and colon. Okay,
And what?
colon,
Yes, and nothing else.
nothing else.
Well, I'm assuming the colon refers to the 1, 2, 3,
Right,
4, 5
right.
underneath it.
That's what I assumed.
Now, and can we put in, protect public town of Bridgewater trees?
Ooh, good idea.
I think we have to be very careful,
Mhm.
because if people are coming in to get information, they don't know anything about this. I mean, it is town of Bridgewater, that's obvious, but I can add that.
I think it's
okay with
redundant,
you.
that's fine.
I think we should do it wherever
Yeah,
there might be a possibility of misinterpretation. I'd
Yeah,
rather
but
have
there
more
are-
information
there
than
are
less.
Public tree, all right, okay.
So protect Bridgewater public trees
Oh,
and,
Town of Bridgewater, right?
right, town of Bridgewater.
Okay,
Okay, I'll add that.
keep going.
all right? Then there's nothing until we get down to 5, right?
Correct.
Right,
And then what was added there is best management practices that prevent and reduce non-point
we're taking out non-point.
and putting in unidentified sources of
Right,
pollution.
Yep.
So we're crossing out,
just because I didn't know what non-point was.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't either, I still don't, I forgot.
Okay,
Okay, so it's unidentified sources of pollutants, okay. Keep going.
so 6 is fine as is 7. No
Okay.
changes.
Yep.
Then section 3 definitions. We don't have any changes there until we get to the significant tree.
do we need a definition for caliper? Added to this list?
I don't think it would hurt.
Yeah,
I think non-tree people probably would not understand what
okay,
that
I'll add
means.
caliper in that
Very good, that's a good point.
alphabetical
Yeah.
list.
So it will be the first, right,
First,
where it says diameter, rest height. Diameter of any tree trunk measured at 6.5 feet above existing grade and,
It says 4.5, Shirley.
I'm sorry,
Oh, okay.
yes. Above existing grade, and then we would just add to that a caliber.
wait a minute, you just lost me. Where are you putting caliper in? Under definitions, right?
Yes,
Yes.
So it'll be the first definition?
Actually, diameter's out of order. Right?
looks like it.
Yeah, I can remove that.
Canopy should be first, or if we put caliper
Caliper would be
will be first.
Right. It'll be caliper, canopy, you want diameter? there
Diameter,
too?
right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? And you can add these definitions to the final document.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Drip line, habit of growth, so forth, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now, under significant tree, do you think that's a broad enough description? It looks pretty general to me.
But what I have here, there's a question whether minimum size should be included in that.
I do too. Do you have that, Pat?
No, but I have a note, that this is not actually. complete. So
The word positively enhances is a judgment phrase,
yeah,
somebody's
Right.
opinion of what is.
it's very general.
Mhm.
So do you want to add caliper to that? Or, the caliper measurement
I
or,
think we should. At least we are,
yeah, we have to
Not-
have some definite
yeah,
description.
we're not putting in little 3-4 inch maples that are.
It isn't, can we, I'm sure there is a definition someplace for a significant tree. I mean,
This isn't it,
the
yeah.
Arbor Day Foundation or
Yeah.
something. Can we just copy the definition? I'm not sure minimum size has to be included.
Okay,
Well, it doesn't get to be important until the tree is about 4 or 5 inches high.
Right.
No,
Why don't we just add, look up a
Something
definition,
from-
just look up a
from-
definition.
from DCR. or
DCR will have
something.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
so then the next one is under tree warden.
Jurisdiction?
Where do you have that?
I don't have that.
I don't have it either.
What do you mean, tree warden?
Section 4.
No, we're
We're
not there
still
yet.
under
We're
definitions.
still in the
Oh,
definition.
okay.
Tree warden.
I'm
Okay.
looking under tree warden for the definition, and it says subject to appeal to the hearing officer as provided herein. That was being removed, is that the idea? I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah. My ink is so light I can hardly read it. Let me catch up.
What's a hearing officer?
The red is what we, let me see. Oh, okay.
I don't understand why it has to be there.
The orange is coming out anyway.
Yeah, we're
Oh, it is,
eliminating
okay,
everything in
all right,
orange.
so just the town official responsible for implementing it for us.
Right.
Okay, let's just take it out.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Okay, we leave it as is then,
Yeah.
taking out the subject to. Section 4, jurisdiction, no change.
Urban forest is okay?
I have, yes, there's nothing there that I see change. Do you, Pat?
Looks fine. to
I
me.
think there is let me look it up, I'll check it.
Parking, street parking, residential trees.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably not gonna need that.
Okay, under section 4 jurisdiction, there were no changes, is that correct?
Correct.
So it starts with 4.1 tree warden. It goes to 4.2 authority of the tree warden. Is there anything about that that bothers anybody?
No.
Just that when he gets hired, he has to manage all funds appropriated. He better know what he's doing.
They may not even have any funds, who knows?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, if we get this in, it's there.
I know,
Then
it
they
sort
have-
of forces the issue, doesn't it?
That's force the issue, exactly, yeah, that's why we gotta get this in.
Uh-huh.
Fashionably late.
Oh,
Apologize.
Sorry.
I'm crazy.
Are you? Well, it's that time of year.
Oh, it's just been, we have nobody in the office, we have nobody in the garage, we have nobody.
that's on vacation.
No, it's left.
Oh.
Really?
Everybody's on the road.
No, we have on the roads, are good.
They're gone.
We recording?
Oh, sorry.
How many people are you down?
Some mechanics. We hired a new secretary, so she'll start Thursday. Yeah, going through.
We're just going through this, we're trying to get this through before Michael leaves, the tree leaves.
I brought that. I did bring.
I think I've known Tom.
We're on the third page that starts with section 4 jurisdiction.
I don't see any changes on that page. Shirley.
I don't either. I'm just waiting to see if Paul's got it.
Put the wrong one.
Should have gone by it by now. You got the right page?
It's the third page.
I have a draft with revisions.
That's the one.
That's what it should be.
That's it.
Hopefully,
Third
that's
page.
the most
No, I'm
recent
sorry.
one.
Printed on my second. I'm sorry, okay.
Actually, the authority of the tree ward is probably your bailiwick.
So we up to
That's
section
4.1, tree warden. Does the tree warden come under a department, or is he totally independent? She be totally independent?
Be under, oh,
Where do we have that?
We could clarify that in that first sentence. Reporting to,
As a member of the department of?
yeah, okay,
But it's appointed by the town manager,
Right.
so is he gonna be? Can he answer to the town manager?
would it
I
be-
don't know. How does that work?
that's a good
in other-
question.
There's a lot of questions to be had here, because if we actually had a forestry department, it would be a forestry
Yes,
foreman or
we have
somebody
the forest
similar,
department.
like what Victor used to do.
Well, why don't we put in what we want it to be and let them change it? Michael, you want to have the person report to you?
Would it strengthen your position for having a forestry department reformed or?
I mean, there needs to be, especially after I watched that video on Westboro, no, the slideshow. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, should say the department head or his designee or something like that.
The department, the highway department?
Yeah, so it would be me or a designee, like if we establish a forestry department, we can designate it to.
Yeah, it seems to me, it doesn't make sense to have the person independent. You have to work with,
Yeah, and I,
Because we need to know what they're doing,
yeah,
they
I
need
mean,
support.
if he's removing trees and so on, the forestry department, i.e. highway department is going to be the person who does the work. Right?
yeah, okay, so let,
Yeah, very similar to like a small scale of what Bill was doing, you know, he would look at a tree, communicate with us.
But I
Yeah.
think that having it designated so that it is actually putting him in a department not only strengthens his position as a tree warden, but also makes sense that the right hand and the left hand are working off the same body.
okay, let's do that.
So it would be,
We could expand on that first sentence. The tree warden shall be a paid employee of the DPW department of the town of Bridgewater.
is that right? DPW department?
Should be a DPW, because technically we're, well, not technically, we really are a DPW now, so,
Who is his direct boss then?
so Azu is the director of the DPW.
That only works if it's a zoo. If somebody else comes in and wants to,
Oh, wait a minute, are you saying tree warden should be under a zoo or under you?
I don't know, open to discussion.
Should be under you.
I would think so.
And what is your title?
Superintendent of Highway.
Superintendent of Highways, not DPW.
But instead of looking at it what it should be, let's do it the way we want it to be, and let somebody else
We're
change it.
trying to figure out.
So what are we going to do?
Do you want it under you?
I don't mind, I don't think it's that big of an issue,
It is
really
right
some
now,
conversations that we need to have.
Put somewhere along the line, and if you do get a forestry department, It's under you, when it should then transfer to the
That's right.
forestry department.
Yeah, so that's fine. then.
Yeah, okay, so on
We're
your,
under the highway superintendent.
okay, on the highway, so you got that,
Reporting to
highway, super-
or under, okay. I'll figure out the language.
okay.
How are you rewording this, Pat?
So- Right, the tree warden shall be a paid employee of the DPW department of the town of Bridgewater, reporting to the highway superintendent? Is that adequate?
I think so.
Where are you putting that, Pat?
That's in that
First.
same first sentence.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
Okay, so nothing else there changes. The authority of the tree warden is the same with the, yes. Are there any questions about that?
on your 4.2. Oh,
Yeah. 4.2, anything that you can see that needs to be addressed?
So I briefly read through this prior and aside of some discussions collectively, I didn't see any major things that caught my eye.
Okay,
Is there any, or do we need anything about finances or decisions regarding finances?
it does say that the tree warden shall manage all funds. Under number 3, Shirley.
Yeah. Is that a problem, Paul?
So if it's funds that this committee raises, that's one thing. If it's funds that are in our budget, they can't manage that.
No, that's right.
Is that
Could
the,
it be just designated?
All funds appropriated for inventory. Well, if we make an appropriation, if I take my budget and I appropriate, or I appropriate $10,000 towards inventorying and maintaining X trees, well, then they can manage that because that's what they have. That becomes their,
now, it seems to me if the person's reporting you, you should manage all the funds. Not the tree warden. Tree warden says to you, we need X number of dollars to take care of so many trees. You approve it.
so he's not going to be responsible to manage the funds? Because we can take that out.
Now, if he is responsible for managing funds, he has to have a budget.
But then, does the tree committee have a budget?
Don't even go there with tree committee. We don't have a budget yet. All we do is use the money,
mitigation.
right, litigation money right now. That's another thing we're gonna have to fight, but that's in the future. There's so many fights right now. Let's not pick on too many. But don't you think if the tree warden is reporting to you, he or she should come to you and say, we need to cut X number of trees on Broad Street. We need $20,000 for it.
I'll worry about getting the money,
You have-
whether I have to go to the finance team.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
agree.
Yeah.
If we're saying the tree warden reports to you, how could the tree warden have the option of spending money himself?
It'd be no different than the mechanic coming to me saying, I need to
Right,
put an engine in this truck. Do we have the money? And I gotta
Right.
figure it out. So,
And so if we go take it to the next level, the tree committee's finances, if they do have some, and I'm assuming mitigation money will come in for, and be dealt out by the tree committee. Our major function as a tree committee will be to buy and plant trees. The maintenance and removal will come under the tree warden, and Paul will handle the finances involved in doing that. Is that a way to distinguish the difference?
I would think so. I would think that the highway department right now, we have money for hazardous tree removal. I agree with the role of the tree committee. I think you're more focused on new growth and
yeah, I haven't looked at the old, what Michael wrote up 2 years ago. But I think it's really planting trees more than anything.
Well, then we should remove this expenditures from this tree warden section.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Just take the whole thing out.
Right,
should we say something about expenditures though, that expenditures?
Yeah, but this shouldn't be under the tree warden, is what Pat is saying, I think.
I know that, but,
Yeah.
um,
Somewhere in
I don't
our,
know, I guess we need to take the whole thing out. We're already saying that the tree warden is under you, Paul, so okay, yeah, just take it out.
It'd be basically like any other
Yeah,
internal
okay,
domination.
so the next section will be number 3.
right.
so which will be number 3?
Hazard control.
Hazard control.
Yeah,
Remove the whole, we remove all of the former number 3
Yeah.
expenditures.
Right,
we've taken away his management.
You know,
there you go.
Hi.
Just who we needed.
Talk about tree warden.
Yeah, right.
We just do, are you okay?
Just be a minute, that's all.
Yeah, it's hot out there, I just, it's bad.
No, I just had a couple of doctor's appointments. Got the white ball, get back here. I have a meeting.
Now,
Okay.
actually, we're going through the ordinance and we're on tree warden.
Yes.
One thing we decided to change is that the tree warden, we're saying the tree warden should report to highway,
Should be,
report to highway,
okay,
not independent. And that expenditures that the tree warden recommends Paul has to approve.
that's good.
Because what the draft shows expenditures of the tree warden. We decided that
He's
makes sense.
independent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So no different than you bring to my attention that that tree is bad.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
approve the money. We get it taken care of.
That's the way it's always been.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
On the housing control part, I guess I'm not clear on the whole private property thing. What is the intention of that?
You know, I did read, I'm not sure whether it was Arbor Day or DCR. They did say that towns, under certain circumstances, might be able to go on private property. If there's a-
Where it poses a threat to public property?
Yes,
So if you have a tree in the yard that could land in the street or land in a park, that's,
I think the other thing we've got to be more alert to, and I think it's going to come with climate change, is we're going to get different species of bugs that are attracted to certain trees and not to others. And we should be able to somewhat organize or assist people in making decisions about those trees that are not. Well, the maple, for instance, the Norway maple. Nobody should plant an Norway maple ever again. Because there are little butterflies that come off of that, the seedlings fall on the ground, and suddenly you've got 3 new more Norway
Very
maples.
invasive.
They're very invasive.
Also, every ash tree in New England is dying at a rapid rate.
And that's the sort of thing, now people, as we get more and more used to traveling around and moving to different parts of the country, people bring with them their favorite memory of the tree that they had in their backyard, and they want to plant one here, and it's totally inappropriate for here.
again, my feeling is we put in here what we think is the best way to do it.
Right.
If town council or somebody else says you can't do it that way, then let them tell us.
Mhm.
So what we're saying is that tree warden, town, under certain circumstances, should be able to go on private property. Okay,
If there's a big dead tree on somebody's front lawn, and it's obviously a private tree, but if there's a big leader that hangs over the sidewalk, or
Mhm. Or over the next guy's front lawn.
it isn't, you're not saying the tree warden's gonna come in and take the tree down. He's just gonna come in and knock on your door and tell you to take it down.
so 4 is okay,
Yeah.
as is. Okay,
Which is now 3.
which is now 3, right? Okay. Administrative responsibilities next. It says per DCR guidelines.
I think Bill and Josh put that question in, and we probably want to eliminate it, right? Or do we? I don't know.
Shall only direct regulating control protection, limits and removal and planting of trees and public property. Shall regulate and control the protection of significant trees.
Do we need that statement in for the DCR guidelines?
Well,
I kind of like that.
I'm wondering
this
if
tree
it
warden
should
to-
come under tree warden though.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's not.
No, it's not. It's under section 5, administrative responsibilities. Well, I guess it all pertains to tree warden.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How many hours do you predict the tree warden would work in a week?
Hopefully 40.
Is there enough? work
Well,
for-
you know, again, Michael leaving is a problem.
Yeah.
When I actually met with him in his office, and I said, the one thing we need is a tree warden. How about if the worst case scenario, can you share one in the town? He said, that's a good idea. I'll look into it.
Is there any evidence of that happening in Virginia?
I don't know of any tree warden that works more than one town.
I have a feeling it's a little awkward because you've got unions that come involved in that, and then you've got
Well, that's
the union that's here and the union that's there.
part of the problem. He did bring up unions.
Mhm.
He said he would try to work something out. That's my point is he's leaving and whatever we're gonna get out of him, it's gotta be done by.
The position doesn't have to be full-time,
That's true too.
you know,
So it could be a half-time.
half-time.
But we don't have to
If the
say
tree
that.
warden's gonna regulate all removal. If they're not here full time, we can't wait around for some people. Sometimes I'm gonna make that call, saying,
Oh,
I'm
sure.
taking a tree. I just don't wanna be bound to, I have to talk to him first.
Well, hopefully there aren't going to be a lot of those that are immediate decisions.
Right. I mean,
They
I
will if we have an immediate hurricane or something of that
Right.
sort.
Yeah.
think in the perfect world, we'd have a forestry department and the tree warden
How about if
be
we
part of
say
that department.
the tree warden or the head of DPW or tree warden or designee or something like that? Combine it with somebody else.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
How about just saying
The
tree
tree
warden
warden
or the head of DPW?
Or his designee
Well, when we say or is designee, that gives him
power
power.
over,
He's under Paul though.
yeah, over there.
Is that,
Well, we put his jurisdiction, section 1, 421. Didn't we add highway? I don't know, highway superintendent.
Right. Right.
So I'd use the same language that we used.
Wait.
You're under 421 jurisdiction.
421. Can you add something with the highway department?
I think under that, that's where it would be appropriate to put in.
Yeah, we put we
Expenditures,
did it in
expenditures.
the top of the page. We said the tree warden shall be qualified for the role as defined. But the tree warden shall be reporting to highway. We said that in 411.
411. So wherever he's reporting to there, I think it should be the same language as this.
I don't have any change in 4011. This starts with the tree warden shall be qualified for the role of.
That's where we said reporting to highway.
No, I had it as the one above, the sentence above that.
right,
The tree warden shall be a paid employee of the DPW department of the town.
Okay.
right, right.
Sorry.
Reporting to the highway superintendent.
Okay.
That was on full.
Well, yeah, the first sentence.
Oh, all right.
Under section 4 jurisdiction.
Oh, yeah. Get rid of town manager.
Okay.
It's a-
So back to 424,
Yeah,
423. Well, why not leave it as is if we, at the top of the page, he's reporting to Paul, just leave it as is.
Say it again.
Leave 4.2, but it's now 3, hazard control, just leave it as is.
4.2.
4.2 section,
It's gonna be.
we
4.
eliminated
Eliminate.
that one. So this is 3.
If he's reporting to Paul
Anyway,
anyway, what's the difference?
Mhm.
Okay, oh, yeah,
So you're suggesting leave it the way it is?
leave it the way it is.
So section 5, number 1 remains the same.
Yeah, it's a little redundant.
That's all right to be redundant.
so we'll leave in for DCR guidelines, okay.
Leave in or take out?
We take out that word per DCR guidelines,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Well, Bill said he thinks it's good to keep it in.
Did you say?
Well, mine is, we don't need the PCR guideline.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We don't?
Oh, okay, then we'll take it out.
Okay.
okay,
And then number 1, the tree warden or designee. We'd add or designee.
Shall plan, direct, regulate, and control. So the designee in this case, you're thinking could be Paul.
no,
If Bill is on a part-time basis instead of a full-time and you need an emergency decision.
no, because the tree warden, we decided, reports to Paul, Paul can't be a designee.
No.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll just say the head of DBW or the tree warden shall plan, just put them both in,
don't put the head of DPW though, because that's a zoo.
Superintendent,
just put,
There's nothing against a zoo,
sorry.
but we're just going to another
Yeah,
level.
yeah, what do you want,
superintendent,
what do,
Mhm.
what do you want to say, just
Uh,
superintendent?
Sure,
Okay,
highway superintendent,
highway superintendent.
that kind
So
of
we're
blankets all on the
saying-
highway,
The tree warden or the superintendent?
sure.
or, oh, okay,
Yeah, that's
Tree
fine.
warden and or the highway.
Okay.
And should we say DPW superintendent,
No, just highway superintendent.
highway superintendent?
So it gets too confusing because he's the DPW director. He
Okay,
oversees highway, water, sewer, engineering.
all right.
Okay. Two is good. Three is good, looks to me. 2, 3, and 4 are all good.
Apparently, my printer did not print out that page or it did have a jam.
Of you under section 5?
Ah,
King two.
look at that.
oh,
Whoopee. All right, so are we ready to go on to section 6?
Not me.
And
Now, who is going to, just on the previous one, it says the tree warden shall evaluate and approve permits for activities that may affect public trees and shall enforce all provisions. So the plan comes to the planning board, they're gonna give it to the tree warden.
Okay, wait a second.
It doesn't say all, tree warden shall evaluate and approve permits. It doesn't say all permits. For the
That's true.
activities that may affect public trees.
Tree warden shall evaluate and approve permits for the activities that may affect public trees. What would the activities be?
Is the act of a building permit an activity, or, I mean, I can't think of any other scenario where an activity,
Yeah, okay. It wouldn't be a subdivision. Subdivision is
No,
new,
that's
that's
a
planning
different,
board.
right.
No, but for instance, the tree behind the old library here, that was a public tree.
Right,
that,
there you go. Yeah. Why not just leave it as it is? If it's not that clear, it's okay. We can make it, interpret it our way.
It's got a little wiggle room in
I
it.
don't think we want to go that route.
No?
That's where we get in trouble.
well, you only want to go that way if it's in your favor.
I see nothing wrong with it.
Evaluate
I
and
just, I
approve
don't have a problem
permits.
with them doing it, but is somebody gonna make sure they do? Is somebody gonna communicate with them,
With whom?
the tree warden?
Yeah. The tree warden can't be an autonomous guy that comes and goes on his own. He's got to work closely with the highway.
Right.
Or even the planning board.
And then the planning board, but on a daily basis,
They don't want the planning board.
No,
No, we don't think we want to write it in, but in action, they should be aware of what's happening. That's one of the things that came up that I was concerned about, is that there are things that govern trees, planting, removing, et cetera, that are in other committees, i.e. the planning board.
you mean subdivision control.
Yes,
So that wouldn't apply to public trees.
well, but
Well-
it applies to the street trees. Aren't the street trees public trees?
Right, yes.
If there's a vacant lot right here, and there's trees in front of it, and I buy that lot and I'm gonna do a curb cut and I'm gonna take out 5 trees, and I need a driveway opening,
You're gonna go to the CBA.
but somebody has to let the tree warden know. I guess they can't really hold that up though. I think I'm overthinking it.
yeah, to-
Say that again, you what?
I think I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, I think you are.
Thinking of the worst case scenario,
Yeah,
which is
the planning board
probably.
has authority over
But I'm thinking about the innocent jamoke that comes in from East Oshkosh, who's never had a tree warden or a planning board or whatever, and thinks that he bought this piece of property and do whatever he damn pleases on it.
Right.
And then you find that suddenly he's cutting down trees in front of his house. They happen to be street trees. Funny thing about that.
that. Ignorance of the law. What's the line? Ignorance of the law to not mean that you're free of guilt.
Yeah,
But we
there's
don't,
some written way to
Yeah.
famous,
Yeah,
nonetheless, the fact remains, that's the way we have been operating for a long
oh,
time.
yes, yes.
That the jamoke comes in and does whatever he damn pleases. and nobody
I
says
think,
anything.
I think that it's wide open. I like it the way it is. It leaves a lot of leeway for the town to. do things. I don't see anything wrong.
Well, will the tree warden be approving permits for whatever these activities might be? I mean, is that something we will allow?
Well, if he's gonna evaluate permits, if for a project that's gonna affect public shade trees, there's no problem with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, are we satisfied with only the one change in section 5, number 1, which was to add the highway superintendent?
Right.
Right.
Next.
Okay. Section 6.
Section 6 is a pretty long one. The only changes I see are section 6.5, removal of trees. And there are a couple of additions there of adding public shade.
Right.
That number is incorrect. It should be 6.4. So
Oh, yeah.
I can
Oh,
just,
yes.
I can just fix that.
Good point. Yep. And then number 2 under that is adding the word to the chair of the tree committee. The word committee was added. Is there any question about that?
Responsibility, three words. person objects to the removal, that person may appeal in writing to the tree warden. So, together with the town manager, hold a public hearing at some sort of time, place for giving at least 5 business days notice for creating all personnel engaged in posting a notice.
Seems
I
pretty.
don't know, well, why bring the tree committee into that? If the tree warden has the responsibility.
Yeah, I think the tree committee should,
We should remove that.
should be its own
Yeah,
belief in this.
because up to this point, we never mentioned the tree committee.
Mhm,
All of a sudden, we give it responsibility.
mhm.
Yeah, I think we should take it out.
So business days notice of the hearing to the chair of the tree committee and all persons known to be interested in posting a notice of the meeting of the public tree or at the property street frontage closest to the, da, 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 da. So you're saying that the tree committee,
Well, wait a minute, I just take back what I just said. We're not saying the tree committee has any
You're
responsibility,
just
No.
being,
just being
Yeah.
notified, that's all.
that there's gonna be a hearing.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, okay,
You want to leave it in?
leave it in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Now, this whole red section is taken from our current tree regulation that we have.
wait a minute, wait, on 3, I have a question. That last line, no tree shall be removed unless both the town manager and the tree warden deny the appeal.
Mhm.
Why bring town manager
I don't know. I'm not sure that's where it should be. I would sooner say the tree committee,
in? No, tree
not the
warden,
tree committee.
tree warden.
The tree warden, definitely, yes. You don't think anyone else has to be involved in that decision?
Well, it says, it's saying in section 2 that the town manager will hold a public hearing. At some point, he makes the final decision on things, he or she.
What's, I thought the tree warden has a responsibility like that.
And why is the town manager involved in it at all?
Exactly. Just take town manager out.
That whole phrase, after consulting with and approval of the town manager, can be eliminated.
Yeah, why not?
What do you think, Pat?
Sounds okay, as long as you don't think he has to be involved.
He's not,
Is the tree warden,
up to this point, we haven't had a town manager involved at all.
Sure.
but now you're asking a tree warden to hold a public hearing,
Mhm.
it'd be out of their scope of,
That's the way it used to be done.
I'm not sure that is
Public hearing to remove the tree, posted on the tree, and 3 or 4 days afterwards, there'd be a small meeting at the base of the tree. And then the tree warden would be the only person involved.
So we should just remove together with the town manager.
I don't think, that's just gonna slow every
Yeah, I
process
don't think the
down.
town manager should be involved. I think it should be just the tree warden.
Yep.
people have spoken.
So it should say that 3 business days after the hearing, the tree warden shall render his or her decision granting the denial or appeal. No tree shall be removed unless, and we eliminate both the town manager and the tree warden and just say, unless the tree warden denied the appeal.
What's nice about what we're doing is, a lot of things can't be done
Without a
without a
tree
tree
warden.
warden.
That's right. We are sort of stacking the deck. All right, so we're taking out after consultation.
Taking out, within 3 business days after the hearing, the tree warden shall render his or her decision.
Right.
Okay. Taking out consultation of the town manager.
Taking out, yes,
Okay,
no tree shall be removed unless the tree, taking out unless the tree warden denied the appeal. Is that right?
That sounds good to me.
okay. Now, for removal permit. Did you put this in?
That's from our current regulations because it covers the removal quite well, I thought.
Okay,
There's a few typos in there, but I can fix those.
okay, you notice you have caliper in there, that's another reason why we need that definition.
Definition,
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't have caliper and definition.
No, before you came, we decided it's gotta be put in.
Oh, yeah. I am.
Okay, so
I would simply add caliper in the same definition as diameter or DDH. Rather than definition.
well, that's where the caliber is taken from, isn't it? At the DEH, right? You know, so we don't have to put a whole phrase in there.
Or could this be, with a DBH of inch and a half or greater? Just eliminate the word caliper.
Well, except we use caliper quite often.
We do?
You know, it's being used on,
Oh, okay.
further on here. Total caliper wall replacement tree shall be approved. So all we have to do is say a caliper equals. And put it-
What's the diameter of the tree at first light?
What's the word HASRY, the last line, number 5. Public shade tree removal procedures are the responsibility of the tree warden. These procedures ensure compliance. State federal law and intended to prevent what?
Hazard.
Is that a word?
Doesn't ring a bell with me. Maybe it's an archaic form of some negative word. You consider destruction of that?
I don't know what that word is.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well, it certainly needs attention.
Let me see.
Where did that come from, Pat?
That came from the original.
I don't think that's a word.
That's
It's
right.
not a word.
No,
It's
it
not a
isn't.
word. Not a word.
Maybe I copied it wrong.
When that was written, we didn't have spell check.
Point to me. You know,
The last line.
Uh,
Okay,
ensure compliance with state and federal law and are intended to prevent ill-considered destruction of valuable town trees.
Yeah,
It
that's all.
can just be simply eliminated.
Yeah, just take it out. Okay,
so HASRY of comes out.
Right.
Is that all right with everybody?
Yes.
Pat, did you find a wording?
No, I was trying to find the
No such a word.
original.
I looked it up. No word.
Oh, I believe you.
Okay,
All right, then we're on
public shade
public
tree.
shade trees, just an addition, so it says preservation of public shade trees.
Significant trees.
Roman numeral 1 has the word public shade tree added, as does Roman numeral 2,
Consultation with the tree warden.
and we're eliminating in consultation with the tree warden. That's going to be removed.
Hasty.
Is that what it was,
That's
hasty?
what it is, hasty.
Hasty
Hasty.
or ill-conceived.
Are we
Hasty.
removing it? or
Good
should
going,
we keep
Zach.
it in?
You must watch a lot of detective shows.
I had to find it.
Are we removing it or are we leaving it in?
We're correcting it.
Okay.
Prevent hasty or ill-conceived destruction.
Yeah, I mean,
Four.
switch on to or.
Yeah.
Hasty, isn't it? He sees like fast, excessive.
Yeah,
Okay,
And then
thank
it's,
you, Pat.
the next one is 6.5 because we, we're out of order earlier,
Oh, yes,
not 6.6.
right. So,
And in number 2, we should eliminate in consultation with tree warden.
yes,
That's why that's in orange. You
Okay,
can eliminate that whole line.
well,
wait a minute, what are you eliminating?
in consultation with the tree warden is in the orange print.
Okay, that's going,
That's an omit, yeah.
okay,
Must make one or more of the following findings within the 10 business days of receipt of the application. Then we're adding public shade rather to A, B, C, D, and E. And it's
okay,
in red. So that, the next one is 6.6, replacement of town trees. Change on that page is under A in the middle of the paragraph, where it says planting of trees along the town's roadways or municipal properties. We don't consider we have municipal properties.
yes, we do,
Schools, parks,
What is it? Name one.
here,
Common,
common, academy building, tree,
All fields,
all
police field,
field, yeah,
Fire department.
library,
yeah,
highway department.
so we don't eliminate municipal properties,
no,
leave
keep
it
it,
in?
Probably want to decapitalize.
yeah,
Okay, take out the capital M,
yeah.
that's the only change.
The, two, I'm not sure I understand that. All replacement trees shall have a minimum caliber of 3 inches unless the lesser caliber is approved by the tree warden for a smaller size class? What does that mean?
If there's no tree available with a 3-inch caliber, you can only get 2 or 2.5-inch caliber. And the tree warden says it's okay to plant.
Okay,
Yeah, that too.
okay,
And we're at page 8. Still continuation of the removal of town trees.
well, look at 3 at the top of that page.
Reading that now.
That's so strange, isn't it? The budding property owners may plant street trees within the road layout provided with the tree warden grants approval. The selection of locations, such trees are of course the person. Shouldn't the town be planting them?
I don't think you want people just willy-nilly planting trees and then we're gonna maintain the trees that are
Yeah.
planted.
I think the whole paragraph should be eliminated.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
Now you're talking about on public land, right?
yes.
so
It actually says the road layout.
so you want to eliminate number 3 there?
yeah,
You can't let private people plant in the layout.
yeah,
Where did that come from, Bill?
Oh, boy.
What is-
Doesn't matter.
Where are you reading?
the
6.5,
6.5, the last
it's
item.
on the top of the next page.
6.6,
Removal of the public shade tree is required, is that what you're reading?
Budding property owners.
It's number 3 under 6. We have it 6.7, Shirley, but it's supposed to be 6.6.
abutting property owners. Street trees within the road layout, providing, I mean, if homeowner wants some trees in the green strip outside his sidewalk, he can't plant them anyway. He's got to go to the town.
Yeah, you
and
could
get
put
permission.
the wrong species in there, something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
could hit a gas line.
I agree. I think we should eliminate the whole statement.
Okay.
In the scenario that it might come up, which is probably not going to, it could, I guess. I mean, I guess you can go on a base by base thing, but I don't think it needs to be in there.
So are we all comfortable with eliminating number
Yeah.
3?
If you say so, yes.
Yeah, you don't want the board to take care of it.
We don't want anybody touching our trees.
Well, they put things that don't belong,
That's true.
and then they'll think it's their tree because they bought, you know what I mean?
Okay, so
Um,
emergent, I'm sorry,
yeah, emergencies and exemptions,
that's 6.7.
right. Haven't we covered that already?
Redundant, but
Is it, you just want to put it anyway?
I think some, I don't know what every inch of it is, but
Who's the director of public works?
Is it-
Is he? Is that his title?
yes.
Okay.
Well, why don't you throw in Paul too?
Emergency projects necessary for public safety, health and welfare.
Highway superintendent
Library superintendent.
or the town, or
I'm not sure.
should about the town manager.
We kind of relate to those street trees down here we removed because it was a safety thing with the sidewalks.
So we're taking out the director of public works and putting
I
in,
think he could be in there.
Leave him in
Which is-
there and take out the town manager and put in the. highway
Put in Paul?
superintendent.
Yeah, the town manager up to this point has had no
Nothing.
power anyway,
That
so
that might please.
he's going, he or she is going to designate anyway.
Okay. So highway superintendent goes in there.
Correct.
And the other three are okay.
Yeah. Okay,
And then the last one is section, oh, that's not the last one. Section 7 is appeals.
Any action with the tree ward may be appealed to the town council.
And then that next is in the yellow, and that's eliminated.
wait a minute. Were you reading that in?
The yellow comes out.
What does the yellow say? I can't read it.
Well, that's why it's coming out.
Does this need to go?
Does it need to go through the town manager first?
Any action of the tree ward may be appealed to the town council. I think that's,
You think that's too stiff? Or going too far?
we're jumping,
Yeah, it
jumping, Paul, we're jumping a zoo.
yeah, it seems like.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
should be one, and possibly a zoo.
Yeah, that's it.
Town council is certainly
Yeah,
doesn't.
town
want to
council
bother.
doesn't want to be
Town
involved.
council, yeah.
No,
Maybe appeal to whom?
so we're gonna put what?
Highway superintendent,
I feel like if something goes as far as needing an appeal, we're probably gonna be on the same page, so.
Oh, yeah,
true.
So coming to me is not gonna do them any good. Going to a zoo, he's only gonna take the opinion of the
Yeah.
person that we hired as the professional.
right?
How
So
about town manager?
maybe that might need to be escalated. out
Well,
of us.
it's, you've got to have a place to appeal somewhere. So,
I probably, if it's not gonna be the highway superintendent, it'll probably be the town manager.
I think it has to be an outside office because anybody internal is gonna be on the same
Okay, yeah,
page.
that's true.
Sure.
How about adding in writing?
The action
To,
Any action of the tree ward may be appealed in writing to
in
the town
writing to the
manager.
town
well,
manager.
to be effective, any appeal must be filed within 5 days of the decision. It shall be in writing, and shall be. filed-
Okay, all
Yeah,
right, okay.
Filed with the town council. We've got a homeowner now on Stetson Street
I know.
with a quote town tree that is ready to take it to the Supreme Court, I think.
really.
Well,
Maybe
regarding,
she'll go.
regarding Seventh Street, I only know one person who lives on Seventh Street.
You're not
I'll bet
mentioning any
that's,
names.
I'll bet that's the person. Well, halfway down on the right.
He emails me once a month
Yeah, I know it.
for the last 6 years.
I know.
That's
He's the
why
one
he
that
has
wants,
brand new sidewalks in the street.
he's the one that wanted,
Street repairs.
suggested to, and Michael and the town council that the, tracks at Broad Street be put underground.
Oh, good. Good
That would
idea.
be nice.
Sure,
Not
Just the
mentioning my
tracks.
names.
not the train.
Yeah, when did I
Okay.
hang him after all?
Yeah.
Is there anything on that paragraph that starts with to be effective that needs to be changed?
Well, wait a minute now. We're using, this appeal. Who's the appeal to?
To the town
To town
manager, in
manager.
writing.
Okay, then everything has to be changed. It says town council.
Okay. The appeal shall be in writing, shall be filed with the TM, town manager, right?
Now, we have to look at the last sentence there, next to the last. The council shall act on the application and shall notify the applicant in writing. We want to say the manager shall act on the application.
Town manager, yeah.
So
And
take
it's-
out council and put in town manager.
In the sentence before that too.
And yes, in the one that starts, the council may
Council may
approve.
approve, the town manager may approve. modify,
Town
or
manager.
deny.
So is that clear in the beginning? The appeal shall be in writing, shall be filed with the town manager for placement on the council's agenda. Is that the right procedure?
No, the town manager's gonna decide.
The second line down also needs to be changed from town council to town manager.
That's what that said.
Okay,
And placed on the manager's agenda or?
Where are you exactly, Shirley?
on the second line down, where the first line starts to be effective, then go down to the second one, the appeal shall be in writing and shall be filed with the town manager.
Yeah. It doesn't need to go for
Placement
placement
on
on
the-
the council's
No,
agenda.
it doesn't have to be on the agenda.
Can we just-
There is no agenda.
We
So we can just put a period at the end of that.
Yeah,
Eliminate the agenda.
yeah.
And then when you go down a few more lines, it says the council may approve, that should be TM.
Yep,
Follow that a little bit more, says the council shall act, that should be TM. And then the final one, the last sentence. The decision of the TM shall be final.
So that process is okay.
looks like it, as long as we've gotten rid of the town council and replaced it with town manager.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Okay,
They may disagree, but
The very last line there is also council, and we should change that to manager.
yes.
So the last,
council doesn't want to deal with this.
It would take, they have to put it on the, post it, and put it in, it could be 2 months before you get to that.
And the town manager doesn't want to deal with it either.
I know what his answer's gonna be.
now there's just one, I have just one sentence on the last page. Nothing in this article shall be construed to limit. You all have that sentence
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Somewhere at the end of it.
But did you go through penalties?
we haven't done that yet.
I don't
She's
have
the previous
penalties.
page.
I thought you,
Oh,
Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry, I do have penalties.
Oh, okay.
Nothing in this article.
Okay, so the last two sections are section 8 penalties and then section 9 servability. Serverability.
oh, right.
9 is no need to even talk about it. That's standard stuff. Boilerplate.
There are no financial or monetary penalties, huh? Just,
Well, there should be.
There should be, yeah, we need monetary.
We're gonna go through penalties.
Yeah, in the first line of the penalties. Larry shall be responsible to undertake remedial action of the tree warden in consultation with the Director of Public Works and the Chair of the Tree Commission.
No tree commission.
Bring in the
No DPW either.
so,
Scratch tree committee.
But the consultation with the Director of Public Works, that's our Zoom.
You know,
So do we
We
not
haven't had
want,
him involved as of
we
yet.
don't not want
We don't
that?
want to bring them in there.
Consultation with,
Really should be the tree warden and probably myself.
Yeah,
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 highway super.
highway superintendent.
Take out the chair of the tree commission.
Yes, take it out. Two, take it out.
Take out all of B
No, just take the chair of tree commission out.
and director of public works.
In consultation with
Mhm.
the highway superintendent.
Yeah.
Okay, the second sentence on B has Director of Public Works again. So we'll take that out.
And the chair of the tree committee, we want to take that out.
Okay. But who are we consulting with?
If we have an appeal process, why does the tree warden, you Paul, have to consult with anybody?
As determined by the tree warden. Right.
Sure, by the
Okay,
tree
we'll
warden.
take
If
out
they don't like
in-
what the tree warden does, we have an appeal process.
Yeah,
Appeal
take
it.
out in
Yeah.
consultation. Okay,
So what are you suggesting?
That we drop the consultation. Why can't we simply say, well, you say, should we add, when we say tree warden, should we say tree warden / highway superintendent?
What do you think, Paul?
Well,
Bill?
if it's gonna be a part-time tree warden or. I think you should be in there.
In case there's no tree warden.
Yeah,
Yeah, in case present situation.
Mhm.
if we can get this approved,
so are we taking
my
out
hope
tree
is
warden?
this,
No,
We
tree warden
finish
can be in
this.
there.
Yeah. and
submit it to
super-
Michael
Yeah.
before he
Okay.
leaves.
Yep.
He sends it to Jason. He goes over it legally. He doesn't care about what's in it. He just look at the legal and he approves it. Then we have a new ordinance that has tree warden, that has a lot of responsibility. And we have a problem, we go to town council and say, hey, look it. We need a tree warden. We have this ordinance, we have this
Right.
problem. Give us a tree warden.
Excuse me, Shirley, you said you had to leave.
I do. I'm going to let you carry on.
Okay, can we decide this? You have all the changes so far?
So far,
Can you send that to everybody here?
Yep.
And we all look about, we have to
Not
decide. penalty.
today.
Not right now. No, and we all look at it. If you like it,
yeah.
I'll send it to Michael.
My only other concern is that we talked about having somebody at a state level look at it.
I know.
Yes,
And so with it, when it goes to Michael, it should be with a caveat
Yeah.
that he's going to send it to somebody in DCR, I would assume,
BCR probably, yeah.
who would be the appropriate person to give it its imprimatur to say it's legal, and
Correct. I just want to get this
I
process
understand.
going before
Let's not
Michael
leave out an
leaves.
important
I
step.
want something on his desk.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think so.
I agree, but I just don't want to leave anything out.
Okay, can I, before I leave, is there any problem with me acting as chair again for this year?
With our blessing.
All right, well, I feel we need to decide where we're going next year. I think this last year, I look back at it and say, well, maybe we didn't do that great enough. I don't know, I just think we need more outreach to the community. There are things we need the tree warden for sure.
but don't look back on last year as not being.
No, I think
Well, I'm
last
talking
year
about
was
this
a
year.
really a design and implementation year.
Now,
Yeah,
just,
but
we'll just grow it a little bit.
what about mitigation? Did you work with Nicole on that?
I haven't been able to get in
Okay.
touch with her.
I don't know why, she didn't say she wasn't here, she usually says. She did come up with a formula, did she not?
She did, but I would like, this is just my opinion, I would like a formula that an everyday common ordinary citizen can read and understand.
Okay, let me just throw this out. This is a question. I'm not trying to pressure anybody. If you look at mitigation, I looked at some of them, other towns, some of them are 8 pages long.
Oh, yeah, yeah, crazy.
If we have a formula, can we just try to insert that,
Yes.
just so we have something?
In here,
No, I don't think it
No, we'll
goes,
go into the zoning.
yeah, it shouldn't. go-
Not here. I say that again, just to get it going.
I hear you, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do it before Michael leaves.
I know that. We can try. I did talk to Michael about mitigation. I said, right now, I said, we're working on it. And I said, right now, what the planning board does is simply try to pressure developers to give us money. He said, and I'm quoting him, he said, that's not the way to do it. That's open up for a lawsuit. He said, you need a formula.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I see a formula that's gonna say, so many inches equals so many dollars.
Yeah.
That's something that anybody can understand.
but can we, do you think if Nicole has something, I'm gonna suggest we meet in 2 weeks online, just to go over a couple things. If you don't want to, I understand.
I really would like Nicole's input into this.
I know, that's what I'm saying with Nicole. Try to get some, you want to do that or
You want to try to do it at a meeting like this?
online? I think it'd be easier to do it online, don't you think? Or do you want to meet? I mean, Nicole, I'm worried about Nicole.
I hear
She
you.
works in Boston. What do you think?
If Shirley and Nicole can work it out, yeah, we can have something to actually
Before we
present.
make a decision, let me see if I can talk to her on the phone to see what's holding this up, why she isn't here.
I
why
think she's just too busy.
I understand.
And there was I'm not sure how her son is. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's why I want to talk to her on the phone. I want to be able to reach her to find out if she's feeling that she can't handle this, then in that case,
Okay.
we bring somebody else in.
Can we do this? Can we decide today to schedule a regular meeting for August online, a Zoom meeting? If it's not gonna work, we'll just cancel the meeting.
Okay.
And it'll be a short meeting. I thought this was gonna be short. It'll be a short meeting and we'll simply work on the.
Let me, all right, I'll get back, I'll try to get a hold of her personally so I can talk with her instead of trying to email, which isn't working, and then I'll get back to you.
Okay, lastly, we didn't come up with monetary.
That's right, we're not done here.
We're not done.
And you're gonna be late for whatever it is you're.
Go, Shirley.
pretty early.
And also, Ray, I
Thank you.
hope we don't
Enjoy. Have a
encourage
good week.
people
Thank you.
to just cut down trees and pay us. I don't, we want to protect the trees.
Well, isn't the old ordinance, it's fairly heavy, isn't it? It's $1,000, something like that, isn't it? I don't have it.
I don't.
I don't recall. But we're still in section 8 here. We still have a couple more lines. to
Okay,
go.
go ahead.
And in C, the replacement criteria shall be consistent with the established in the town of Bridgewater tree administrative guidelines. Where are they?
It's nothing, yeah.
You know?
Do we have such a
I
thing?
mean, you either want to eliminate that completely. Because there really aren't any tree administrative
We
guidelines.
don't have that at all? Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Let's eliminate that.
Did we just make that sentence up?
It looks as though it may have been.
Well, isn't there kind of a section in there for that? Like, isn't there something that says you have to equal the caliber of the tree you took out or,
Yeah, or
or several
two
trees?
times, yeah,
Where is that?
that's in the old ordinance too.
But it's not in this one, though.
No.
Well, is that, no, I'm not trying to be difficult. Why does it have to be caliber of the old tree? You think a new tree, a smaller caliber is gonna
Well,
work?
if you take down a beautiful maple tree that's 24 inches,
Right.
you don't want to replace it with a 3-inch maple. Well, maybe you do, but we're trying to say you're going to need 4
That's typical, you know, in other towns.
All right,
The total caliber of all replacement trees shall equal or exceed the total caliber of all trees to be removed. Replacement, that's in here. I think trees should be bolded, but, the caliber not listening to it.
what do you think?
Well, unless you want to go back and do a little more research and see if there's something else we can put into this. Section 6.4.
Where are you going? I'm looking at D.
Oh,
Does that make sense to you? Replacement tree shall be installed on site. Where else is it gonna be installed?
Well, they're assuming it can, but in the event,
You can't install then,
well, this is if a tree got damaged or somebody damaged a tree.
Or
Typically,
if
it
they
should
had,
go where that tree
if they
was.
had to remove it for some reason.
oh, I see. So what we're saying is that if for whatever reason you can't put a new tree on the site,
Right,
the violator still has to pay for a new tree. Right?
yeah,
Okay, all right.
that's a pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Paragraph.
On that point, we should decide by September, at the very latest, the trees we're gonna replace on Broad Street.
I know, I was looking at selections and, I guess we do have to discuss a couple of suggested trees for that area.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, what about the one with the old Centennial Bank too? It's not there. They need a tree.
Where is it?
In front of the bank that's closed. It's a cutout. There was a tree there.
Oh, over here on Summer Street.
Yeah.
Santana.
There should be three trees, right?
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Plymouth home.
Plymouth Home.
Yeah, we have to come up with something to put back in front of Christie's.
Two places that,
And our only,
it was three that
So they were,
we went back to two, just because every one of them was lined up with a door,
yeah.
it's a
And
congested
PDAs.
area.
it just didn't work.
All right,
Tried
we'll
to
we'll
spread
put that,
them.
we'll put that on the agenda too for August. Okay,
I had thought about an eastern redbud, but I don't know if that's, I mean,
They're not very hardy. They don't,
they're not,
I have one put in front of my house.
they wouldn't hold up to the,
They don't hold up to traffic and
It's a tough spot too, there's gonna be,
that's why the locust did so well downtown. You can't kill those with anything.
you think about the road salts right there, I mean, it's right on the edge of the road, there's no buffer.
There is a maple tree, it's called vestigiata, that grows in that column. It actually grows quite tall. I don't think there's any
No,
lights
there
on that
aren't.
side of it.
they're on the other side of the street.
But it's,
I think there is some wires right there,
They do?
I do.
well, it will, we should take a look and then bring it up at the next meeting.
I feel like they were in the way, they were- We'll have to figure it out. Sure.
okay,
And sidewalk looks good, Paul.
okay, I'm sorry, it took us off topic. We still don't have monetary penalties.
Yeah.
Do we need monetary penalties? They need, because that's something that is going to change. I mean, I can see monetary penalties be written in 1975. And they have to keep changing because of inflation.
But what's the penalty then?
It's up to our discretion.
if there are no penalties, what's to stop someone from cutting trees?
Well, there will be monetary penalties. We don't have to be.
Oh, you mean just say there will be?
We don't
Ooh,
have,
I don't know if
we
you can do
don't have
that.
a reference to them.
The both right. The main wires are on the other side, but there's service wires. I knew there was a pole on that side. It's too-
Is that for service to the buildings?
Yeah,
Yeah. But the tree area is not in your way, right?
no, there'll be room. I mean, no reason.
I think we need monetary, I think we need to say, because who's gonna decide the penalty? Why don't, $1,000 a tree?
And again, what's a tree, you know, I mean, take down a 6-inch locust tree somewhere, or.
How about,
You
how
need
how
enforcement.
about saying up to $1,000?
Yeah, that would be good.
Like, for example, those people on Crescent Street, this is what we're talking about.
Right.
They would definitely appeal because they'd say they had no knowledge.
Oh, you couldn't go after them now.
No,
But
but I'm
if they
saying
had
if we did,
known
yeah.
that they could be fined $1,000 to take
So
the
that
tree
would
down.
be like a $4,000 bill.
But
right there.
ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
That's,
Okay.
I think up to $1,000,
Okay,
and then it's the discretion all of the tree
You would
warden.
have to calculate some replacement costs. I mean, for $1,000 doesn't get you much for trees.
That's true.
penalties will be assessed by the tree warden and the highway superintendent, and may exceed $1,000.
Per tree.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Because if you have, a tree that's been around for 20 years, that's the biggie.
Yeah.
so shall we put monetary penalties in its own section, 9? No, it is under 8.
It's
So
under,
how about 8F?
yeah.
Okay, or in this case, E, because we canceled C.
Okay.
And how do you word it?
Monetary penalties may be assessed by the tree warden or the highway superintendent for
In excess of $1,000 per.
well, yeah, but for unauthorized removal of trees up to and exceeding $1,000.
Okay,
Or may exceed $1,000.
yeah, let Jason look that up. Town council, he's gonna have some
Up
changes here.
to and including, what did you say?
No, just
Up to 1,000.
may exceed, the penalties may exceed $1,000
I like,
Per tree.
per tree. And that gives us the clue we could find for $50 for a pretty little tiny thing, but it's up to us. Or up to the tree warden. whoever
We
that may
can
be.
circulate more information on Bridgewater residents if we can, just so that people are aware, because they're not aware. Now, does anyone know Keith Boone? I mean,
yeah, I know he is.
would he be okay with us doing that?
Doing what?
I mean, he's the one that, he's the one that started Bridgewater residents.
Oh,
Oh, on the Facebook group?
Oh, on Facebook, well, that's one way.
Yeah, it's the
You
best
have
way.
any-
Probably the most effective.
It has 29,000 members.
what sort of things would you want on
Just information like you shouldn't be cutting a tree without,
there? Yeah, that's
This whole
good.
thing should be
without
on there.
driving
Yeah.
a fall crazy.
By the way section, if you cut
Yeah.
a tree down without authorization, it could cost a lot of money.
I'd like to read the comments.
People are not aware.
We'll
that's
take
all.
your firstborn,
They're just not aware.
maybe your dog too.
Yeah, I think at some point, if you're really gonna enforce fines of that value, we're gonna have to at some point, put on wall mailers or something
Yeah,
to the residents.
No, I think that's a good point.
Well, that's a good project for the tree board to work on in the next few meetings. Agreed.
yeah, absolutely. People are
I
just
think
not
we need,
aware.
I'm not sure whether we need a legal opinion on that. I'm not sure whether we need a legal opinion on that also.
We
what
could,
we
we
can
could
do.
actually mail cards, you know, we
Mail
could
us
take it
something.
from our budget, do that post office mailing, you know, goes to every resident.
All right, we agreed that we'll have a meeting in 2 weeks,
Okay.
be a regular August meeting. And I was hoping that was like, for the regular August meeting, and then we'll do two things. One, we will hopefully deal with mitigation, and we'll deal with what trees to plant, Broad Street. Okay,
Okay,
maybe anything else might throw it.
No, don't.
During this meeting,
Don't, because some of this stuff can take a long time.
I know. I showed, you weren't here last time.
can we adjourn this meeting?
Yes, you vote yes.
We're gonna shut down.
Oh, we don't have Josh.
that's right.
How do you shut it down?
All in favor of adjournment?
Like the red button, look, we